Civil unrest in a popular cruise destination has caused yet another cancellation today. I'll give you some more details on that. Plus, faster and cheaper internet at sea. It's coming a lot sooner than you think. And I'm going to show you the picture of a brand new Starlink installation aboard a Royal Caribbean ship. Plus, a very popular YouTube influencer, not me though, has been hired by Carnival Cruise Line. Let's roll the intro. Hey, welcome to the Midships channel. I'm your Captain Corey. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. I apologize in advance. We are having a huge thunderstorm here in Central Florida, so if you hear any rain or rumblings of the thunders, it's not Thor outside, it's just a thunderstorm. Anyways, welcome to the weekend. We finally made it. Congratulations. A couple days to sit down, rest, and relax, and kick it back with Captain Corey for a little cruise news. Let's get things started off. We're going to take things down to San Juan, Puerto Rico. The Carnival Magic was supposed to port there today, but unfortunately, due to local demonstrations and protests, the ship's call into port there was canceled due to a few different reasons. It sounds like there's conflicting information. Some reports say that the tour operators all folded up and said they weren't doing tours, so the cruise line canceled. Other reports say it was a cancellation as a result of the protests that were going on there. All in all, that old San Juan area, if you've ever been there, that's where this was all going down, all these demonstrations. And if you've ever cruised there, like I said, you know that's pretty much right where the cruise ships dock. So it wouldn't have been a comfortable situation for the cruise passengers, most likely coming into port amidst major demonstrations. So that's the deal in San Juan. We'll have to keep an eye on things and see if this is a one-time demonstration or if it's gonna continue rolling for the next few days. And speaking of rolling, let's talk about slot machine wheels. There is an influencer on this platform, YouTube, that goes by the name of Brian Christopher. The guy is like super popular. He gets like 5 million views per month. Well, Carnival Cruise Line has partnered with Brian, and they're going to be bringing him on several Carnival cruise ships and several specialty Carnival cruises to play and live stream directly in the casino. And if you're like me, you know cameras really aren't allowed, so don't try to do this yourself. But Brian is actually contracted and able to do this. It's going to be an interesting thing, and he's actually going to be introducing a brand new special slot machine. These new slot machines will be installed on the Mardi Gras, the Magic, the Breeze, and the Dream, amongst others, and those are the ships that Brian is going to be sailing on himself. But perhaps the coolest thing for Brian Christopher is he has his own game now that's going to be in all these casinos. It's called Pop and Pays More. Yeah, it's not a great name if you ask me, but I'm excited to try it out and see what the gambling gods have in store for me on my next cruise, that I can find this Pop and Pays More. Pop and Pays More. Just try saying that a couple of times. So if you're interested in learning more about this new partnership and when you might be able to catch Brian live streaming on board a cruise ship in person, head to bcslots.com for more information and check out Carnival's website. One Central Florida port is set to rake in nearly $2 million in government assistance to help them boost security at the port. And I'm going to tell you about that, but first, another way to send in some financial assistance to Central Florida is by checking out my Amazon influencer store. This Ahoy pineapple shirt got tons of attention on my last cruise on the Carnival Splendor, and it can be yours. There's a link in the description below and pinned up here. Check it out. Now, Port Canaveral, which is my home port, admittedly, it's only about 30 or 40 minutes away from where I am here in Orlando. Apparently, it needs some improvements to security. It needs things like another response boat that's going to be in the water to provide security run by the sheriff. It needs things like new cameras, new digital infrastructure, all of these things to keep us safe from like the terrorists and the sketchy people, the baddies that are coming in and out of Port Canaveral. And the federal government is going to step in and provide $1.9 million to Port Canaveral to help make improvements to keep you safer for your next cruise. All right, let's talk about one of the biggest pain points on any cruise in the modern day, and that's onboard connectivity. The internet to be more specific. It's trash, it's total crap. No cruise ship that I've ever sailed on has had what I would call good internet. Fight me in the comments below if you disagree. Now, there is a ship, she's called the Freedom of the Sea. She sails under Royal Caribbean's umbrella, and this was just spotted on board the Freedom of the Seas. That's a Starlink Array, more specifically a maritime Starlink Array. They are right now beta testing to see exactly what kind of speeds and reliability and overall usage can be mustered with this new Starlink Array. And early results sound pretty darn promising as far as upload, download speed, and reliability. Now, the problem with Starlink is the infrastructure. It's still new and they're still literally launching new satellites to provide the feeds. Here's a map of the current coverage of the Starlink network. You can see up towards Alaska, it doesn't go much further than like Ketchikan area. You're not getting it up into the northern parts of an Alaska cruise. Now, areas that do currently have coverage that are popular for cruising, obviously the Bahamas, the Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico, the west coast of the US, and over in Europe, as well as Australia and New Zealand. But Starlink is continually launching spacecraft. I literally can go out on any given day, it seems like, and catch a launch here in Central Florida. So it's not going to take too much longer to get these more unique orbits covered, but it is going to take some time. Now, one of the other benefits of this hardware is like 10% the cost of traditional satellite internet equipment that is installed on cruise ships today. Hopefully, the cruise lines will start passing the savings on to us. As some of you may recall, during the rise of the internet, so to speak, you would go to a hotel and it would cost $12 to $15 a night for internet. Then it went down to 10 or $5, and then suddenly a few years later, it finally was free. And hopefully, with costs coming down for satellite internet, that kind of situation can arise pretty soon on a cruise near you. If you made it this far into today's episode, thank you so very much. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and you push the like button on this episode. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel today, and until tomorrow, we'll see ya on the Midships. It's finally the weekend. I am so excited. Gonna kick back, relax. I got an Alaska vlog just about done. Should be dropping tomorrow. Check it out.